welcome to Sprawl and Brawl, episode number 63? Yeah, 63. Oh my god.
You got 63 written
here.
It
is 63. It is 63. Thursday, August 31st. I am while Matt and Steiner is sitting in an empty room still.
It won't be empty. Well, it'll be empty for a bit longer.
Yep. It might look different a little bit, but besides that, still empty. So, yes, we're the show about MMA, UFC, boxing, all that stuff.
Boxing? Well, I guess you talk about boxing. I don't like
talk
boxing.
about everything. I talk about some Muay Thai here and there, some kickboxing.
Yeah. Eddie Bravo stuff is interesting.
Eddie Bravo. Metamoris. What's that? Polaris. All that stuff. If it's on and I'm not doing anything else, I'm like, why not? Why the fuck not would I not watch this BJJ tournament? And if it's the Olympics, I'll be like, sure, I'll watch some judo, but I'll never watch judo otherwise. And even then, I don't know, Olympics, maybe I should stop watching the Olympics. It's weird. Yeah.
Winter Olympics I'll watch. Summer Olympics, not so much.
Just Olympics in general, I mean. Just practice.
Why does the Summer Olympics, I don't think I watched a single second.
The Summer Olympics has wrestling and boxing and judo and karate as well, which I do watch occasionally. Some good old fencing.
I actually knew a girl that was on the Olympic karate or taekwondo.
Sweet.
But yeah, she was. She went to the Olympics, but she never actually competed. She was She was first alternate, and then no one got hurt.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Darn. All right. So everywhere you can find podcasts, that is where we are. As a video podcast, audio podcast, whatever you can find. And we air live on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch. Mega Scorcher TV is the channel to go look up. All right. MMA results, or MMA news, I suppose. I guess this is what it is first. What are we starting off? Let's just start with the big boxing match.
Sure.
That's the biggest news of the week, I suppose. The boxing match. So I'll talk about some stuff that's relating to it. Well, let's just talk about how the fight went first. I think Conor did very awesome in the first 3 rounds. He was landing a lot, but clearly he was not landing anything that was going to hurt Mayweather. Because that uppercut, that's what that told me. Holy shit.
Severely hurt Mayweather, yeah. Because he definitely tagged Mayweather a couple of times, and Mayweather double blinked at least twice.
Well, that very first punch in the first round, the uppercut, was spectacular. I was like, holy shit! But it didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So there is that. But then from the third on, Floyd was not... So the fourth one, Floyd
the fourth and
won.
fifth were kind of wah-wah in nothing happened.
The fourth, I definitely feel Floyd landed more. The fifth and sixth were more Floyd covering up.
The sixth plus was a different story.
Well, I think it was 5, 6, and 7. It was just mainly Floyd covering up and moving towards Conor, and Conor not being sure what to do against that.
Yeah, and in the interviews after the fact, he was saying I did not expect that whatsoever.
Well, he should have.
Yeah, I know. It is something that they should have been at least talking to him in his corner after it started. He had a couple of rounds to try to figure something out.
Because I know you don't expect Mayweather to come at you, but at the same time, he's going to do whatever it takes. And obviously, that's what McGregor's weakness was. Just he couldn't.
Well, he ended up.
Anytime Mayweather was on the inside, he was fucked. McGregor was like, what's going on?
No, it was even what Mayweather was saying is he took, if he did that in the first 3 rounds, he would have gotten knocked out. He waited until McGregor was a little tired
as hard as
and then was trying to cover and move forward just to keep tiring him out. And then by, I guess, 7, 8, 9, and 10, it was just fucking Mayweather's show.
Oh, no. The 8th round, actually, I thought McGregor might have won it. The 8th round, McGregor kind of came back.
He was throwing big shots right into gloves.
I still think McGregor might have won the 8th round because he was pushing. He was actually winning that round by keeping his fucking offense up. because Mayweather
which
was
then
always
just
on the
punched
outside.
himself out when it came to the
Well,
next
and then
round.
the ninth round, holy fuck, McGregor was fucking up Mayweather at the very beginning. Then Mayweather was like, "Oh, he punched me low.
yeah.
He punched me low," when he
Yeah.
never did. And then the rest stepped in, and then from there on out,
I thought that was the 8th.
No, that was the ninth.
That was the 9th. Okay.
Yeah, and then the 8th round, because the ninth, that's how the very beginning of the ninth.
Like, I do remember that
yes,
that. Like
yes.
he said it was low blow. I'm like, dude, that was right.
He just
in the
got fucked.
fucking
It hurt.
oblique.
It
Like,
hurt him
yeah,
clearly, and the ref saved him. And then after that, it was all Mayweather. The ninth round was all Mayweather after that, and then the 10th round was even worse.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, I don't know about that stoppage." It's like, dude, fuck yeah, he was done.
He was
And
either going to be done or.
And if you watch boxing, they'll stop any fight where a fighter does that shit. Like he was backing away with his hands down the whole time.
I watched an interview with Tyson.
Yeah.
And what he said actually made a fuck ton of sense. McGregor's green, so this is why he didn't do it. But if he took a knee, if he was just that fucking exhausted, he should have taken a fucking knee.
Yeah, take your 8 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. And if he did that, then he probably could have. And Tyson was like, if he did that, he would have been able to finish the fight.
That is very smart. I've never heard anybody bring that up this whole time. So
it's crazy. Fucking Tyson. Like, dude, I'm like, dude, he's a fucking genius. Because I'm like, yes, he was fucking exhausted and he was getting lit up. Dude, if you just,
it was clear. It wasn't the punches, because the punches were just knocking him back, and he was able to stay up.
The fact was saying he was just fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
Take a knee, take 8 seconds, and try
even
to
before the 10th round, he was done.
Yeah,
you could tell.
But if he just took 8 seconds at that point in time, like he backed up and went right up against the ropes again, and if he just took a knee, taking 2 steps back and then take a knee, and got those 8 seconds, that could have been very interesting, and it would have been a fucking brilliant fucking idea at the point. But if you can actually think of that with his experience within the boxing ring, that would have been fucking just amazing.
So I think McGregor could have possibly won 4 rounds even with that 8th round if you gave it to him.
Well, I had the 4th round being McGregor, but then 5 through 10 were all Mayweather.
Most people think that the first 3 were McGregor, and then after that, it was mostly Mayweather. The thing that's bullshit about this is the judges, 2 of them only gave the first round to McGregor, and then the lone one gave the first 3 to McGregor, but then I think the 9th round was 10-8. Which makes sense. That 9th round was a blowout.
Yeah. No, for boxing, I just don't know what a 10-8 would be.
That the 9th round.
Yeah.
And the 10th round probably would have been a 10-8 too.
Yeah.
Maybe even 10-7, dude. That was fucking because I don't even think that round was half over, was it? I don't even have the result in front of me here, so I don't even know. I think there was still like a minute and a half left, at least.
I would like to say about a minute, because I think McGregor was saying like 58 seconds or something like that is when it was stopped.
Maybe. He was looking at the scoreboard too a few times.
Yeah.
The one thing I find funny is that all the boxing pundits are all like, "Yeah, I'm right, blah. Everything I said that was crazy before this, yeah, I'm still right." It's just like, no. Max Kellerman actually said that McGregor would not land a single punch.
Yeah,
and
a lot of people were saying that.
And it actually took him a while. It took him a while to say something about that, but he actually did come on. He's like, "Yeah, no, I was wrong. McGregor did pretty good." And he didn't say any excuses. He wasn't like, "Well, Mayweather let him win the rounds."
No, well,
like, dude, you can say that. You can definitely say that. You can definitely say that. But dude, there's no way Mayweather intended to get punched that fucking much.
Yeah,
and especially that uppercut.
Exactly.
That uppercut. Come on, he was not
like again going back to Tyson. Tyson was like stupefied on how good. Like, he's like, if it was anyone other than Mayweather, he probably would have been able to win that fight.
Oh, 100%.
Like, so in his going up against like former champions or whatever, like
the pace that McGregor was keeping up, though, I knew he would be dead. I fucking knew it. Especially
McGregor's cardio is not good at all.
It's all right. It's all right. It's just the thing is,
for MMA, not really. And not to say it's horrible, but it's not good. And then for boxing, it would be probably considered horrible.
Sure. I just think that if he fought a little bit more smart after the third round,
yes,
he probably could have lasted the 12 rounds.
He was, again, what he did against Diaz's first fight is he was just throwing so much as hard as he fucking could.
The 8th round, what he was doing a lot was just throwing the jab, and the jab never even hurt him, but he was just keeping him out. He was just keeping Mayweather out, and that was most of the 8th round. He landed a few punches, but
again, like, well, even I think McGregor's biggest issue was he wasn't covering up. Like, he took a lot of
the few times he was covering up
shots.
The very few times he did cover up, he still left his face super front leaning, and Mayweather got through it every time. Every time it landed, every time he covered up.
His hands were like MMA style. He was ready for the takedown type thing, opposed to then Mayweather was just.
So another thing too, dude. Mayweather was giving up his back a lot. I know. There's a few times.
Never quite understood that.
There's a few times where for sure McGregor went around him. That's for sure. There's a few times that did happen. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But Mayweather was turning. There's a full. What was it?
Yeah, the referee was even telling him to stop.
Oh, dude, he was running away with his back to him. Just like holy shit! Like what the? He was doing it so much.
And the referee did tell him to stop doing that, and a bunch of
I think the ref was pretty fair during the fight, but dude,
at the beginning,
the very beginning. Oh my god, he was only looking at McGregor. He's like, you can
McGregor
do this.
Going, this is a boxing match, no MMA anything. This is a boxing match.
I know that they're two champions. No, he said something like, "I know you two are champions, but," and then he looked at McGregor and he said a bunch of shit. That was weird. That was weird.
Yeah. No, but at the same time, it is kind of like I wouldn't have expected it within the first 4 rounds. It would have been when McGregor was tired and he just went to what he knows.
The ref was actually letting McGregor land a lot of hammer fists too, which is not legal. Yeah. But it was to the back of the head, which is super illegal.
Yeah.
I don't really mind rabbit punches if you're going to do him to the front and the side of the face, but the back of the head, not good. But again, that was fucking Mayweather bending over and giving up his back. It's just like,
again, the ref told him to stop bending over, to stop.
Yeah, and he said, keep your head up one time. But he did not say much to Mayweather that whole fight. It was mostly McGregor. Well, no, even McGregor, he was pretty fair. He was pretty fair.
He told Mayweather to stop turning his back, to keep his head up.
Yeah,
he told him to keep his head up. Like,
I heard. Yeah, I definitely remember hearing that.
And then he told him to stop turning his back a couple of times. And then, with the way McGregor was taking his back was just weird as well. Like, I don't know what you'd be doing that for in boxing for, and why he would even have held on. Well, no, but why was he holding on? Why was he doing any of that to begin with? Why wouldn't he have just stepped away and then done whatever?
He was just making him waste more energy, I guess. I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
Because giving up your back in boxing, that's no. That's straight up. That's against the rules. You're supposed to face your opponent at all times. You're supposed to defend yourself at all times. And anyways. Let's talk about some money numbers here. So during the prelims, Thomas DeLorme got $75,000, and he actually lost in that main event of the prelims. His opponent, Ugas, got $50,000. So not that bad. He was still close to him. And then the rest of the fighters did pretty bad. The top paid fighter was $12,500. And you got to the main card. The co-main event the dude who lost only made $35,000.
Yeah, I don't that's insane to me.
Everybody else made at least $100,000. Baidu Jack, who is Floyd's buddy, made $750,000.
That's a lot.
He's good. I like him. His fight was pretty good too. He fucking retired Nathan cleverly. He goes, I can't take any more of this shit. I'm out. These black guys beating me up. I'm out. Can't take it. Gervonta Davis, his co-main event was pretty boring, and it ended with typical boxing bullshit. Again, this was was it a KO? I forget how this fight even fucking finished. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
There was one that the referee stepped in, much like what happened with McGregor. Was that
Yes, but again, a lot of people were booing this, and I forget how it actually finished. I'm gonna look this up.
But yeah, like with boxing, like I understand kind of why they do that, because they take so many little shots that it does create those brain
So Javonte Davis knocks out
Scars
Francisco in 8th round in controversial fashion. What was actually controversial about it? Let's see. Oh! Yeah, I remember this now. So he was complaining that maybe he got low blowed or something, or no, it was a headbutt. It was my head, and then he got hit a few more times, and he fell on the ground. And oh no, he got hit in the back of the head, but the punch that actually hurt him was not a hit to the back of the head. So he sold the hit to the back of the head like it fucking destroyed him, and he stayed on the ground for a long time, and that's why it was kind of controversial. Fucking boxing. That's why I hate boxing, because that shit happens all the fucking time. Where you're just like, well, that shit was crap. I don't give a crap about this shit anymore. But the main event was amazing. I loved it. Loved every second of it. A lot of people had a hard time actually watching it though. They bought it on UFC Fight Pass or on Showtime, and when they started watching it, it was just like, well, no, I can't watch it. There's even some people that ordered it on pay-per-view, and they bought it early as well, and they still didn't even get access to the fucking thing. It's crazy. So that was it, man. This weekend was crazy. It was a crazy event, and I loved it. So there you
go. You don't have anything about the pay-per-view numbers here.
Well, there's nothing out yet.
Yeah. Well, I listened to Rogan's podcast, and he was
I have it. No, I do have it. I do have it. I do.
Oh no, you have the prelim numbers.
No, I have everything. I have everything. Okay. Shh. I got this one. So the prelims is 2.438 million viewers. The only number that we officially know right now is from Phantom Movie Theater Events, which did the movie theater distribution for North America. So that this counts Canada and everything. So it was on 532 screens. It did $2.598 million. So if you average that across the whole thing, there was 122 viewers per theater, and it averaged out to $4,884 per theater. That's a lot of money. And it actually made the top 10 of the box office in the US this weekend. It made number 9 with it says 2.4, but it's like 2.5 or 2.6.
2.6 almost.
Yeah. So that's weird.
Well, Rogan was talking to White, and White was throwing out numbers.
No, that's not even what happened. That's not what happened. So during the Tuesday Night Contender Series, Uriah Faber was on some service and live streaming Periscope or something, and Dana White was saying that Conor McGregor had 6.5 million buys.
Yeah,
which is 2 million more than Mayweather and Pacquiao. But so far, the numbers seem to suggest that in Canada and the UK, that is definitely true. In Canada and the UK, it seems like it is for sure selling more than MayMac. So we'll see how it does in the US. Just people that bought it on the fucking their TV, and they bought it early, and then when they came in to tune in, it was just a black screen. Just like fucking A. I bought this early, and I'm still fucked.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So Showtime got hit with a class action lawsuit, even though they're issuing refunds, and they were actually the very first one to be like, yeah, we're issuing refunds, like right off the bat. They were like, yeah. Sorry guys,
something fucked up.
Dude, UFC Fight Pass / UFC TV took 4 days. It took 4 days. They were like, oh man, we're trying to figure it out. It's awesome, guys. We love the Fight Pass is great. Don't worry, guys, we got it. And it literally yesterday they were like, yeah, okay, we'll refund your money.
So what? Like it was too much, and they just
so some people couldn't log in when the pay-per-view started. So they missed a lot of the beginning, but I want to say that they mostly had it figured out by the time that the co-main event came around. But I don't know, man. I'm sure a lot of people, especially online, got fucked, and I'm sure some TV viewers got fucked, but less so.
Right.
Less. But fuck, man. Comcast in the US, I have no idea about them, but they could be super terrible from what I hear.
But yeah, 6.5 million at $100 a shot.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of motherfucking money.
Just even the theater revenue, man, like fucking 9 million in one night. That's crazy. Some movies don't fucking do that sometimes. All right.
Yeah.
JDS got injured over this past week, and the Francis Ngannou fight is now off of UFC 215. That's the one happening not this weekend, but the weekend after, right?
Your 215 is 7th of September.
Yeah. So not this weekend, but the next one. Yeah. That sucks for Edmonton. That was probably the best fight on the fucking card.
No, it wouldn't be 7th. It would have been the 9th of September.
Oh, the 9th. Okay, yeah. So that sucks.
Is it the 9th? Okay, I'm just going to
whatever.
that.
Not this Saturday, but
yeah.
the Saturday after.
It's, yeah.
Because this Saturday is the one with Skyscraper versus what's his face. All right. Nate Diaz, his boxing coach, said that Diaz needs $20 million for the next fight between him and Conor McGregor.
That is just fucking stupid.
Well, so the last fight, he got $2 million?
Yes.
Did Conor increase tenfold in the UFC? That's the question.
Yeah, no.
Well, because he might get stock options now, so you could argue maybe he did increase tenfold.
Well,
so maybe it is worth paying Diaz the $20 million just to say, hey, fight and fuck off.
Okay, wait.
We don't want to deal with you ever again, Diaz. Here's $20 million.
Okay, so McGregor will possibly get stock options next fight.
Possibly.
It's going to, just after that fight and how well he did, arguably the greatest boxer of all time. He did pretty fucking well. He did far better than most boxing analysts were ever giving him a chance to.
And even when he lost, it wasn't even that bad. He was just super tired, which is not great, but
it is 95% of what I said it would be. What I thought would be happening is that the first few rounds would be McGregor, and then Mayweather would figure him out, tire him out, and
I was right with some shit. I said that Conor should counter punch, and he totally did it.
Yeah. I was hoping McGregor would make it to the decision and then lose, but he was fucking exhausted. Mayweather just played it right.
And the eighth round definitely enforced his way of going, because the eighth round he did keep up his pace and it went well, but then after that it did not.
Yeah. But yeah, but again, I just 20 million is just fucking asinine. Because I don't think McGregor even gets 20 million a fight. He gets 10 or 9 or something like that.
Well, wasn't his Nate Diaz fight? Didn't he make 3?
Yeah, but that wasn't a title fight.
But the second second one wasn't a title fight either.
Right.
Yeah. So
no, for title fights. So because he's the lightweight champion, he has a new contract, and his new contract is 9 million a fight plus pay-per-view.
Sure, but I'm saying the Diaz fight. I'm pretty sure it was for 3 million. The last one.
I don't know what.
I want to say they made 3 and 2 the last one.
Sure, Diaz said he got 2.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 3 and 2 the last fight of the.
But I'm just talking about McGregor's new contract is 9 plus pay-per-view.
That seems crazy to me.
Yes, but the thing is, then Diaz is asking for 20, and it's just.
It might be worth it. It might be worth it for the UFC to do it at that price. Honestly, I'm not saying that it's the right move on Diaz's part, but
I would probably go even, 9-9 or something like that, and do pay-per-views for both of them, just split it even, and that I think would be fair. Because again, if Diaz gets fucking 2 and McGregor's getting 9, that's just fucking stupid.
I don't know who he can honestly fight next. To be honest, though,
who McGregor?
Yeah. No, fuck Diaz. McGregor, yeah. Diaz only has one fight. It's fucking McGregor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that is one of the problems, is that it's just his stock option of indicating of just how good he is non-existent because he's refusing to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to take a quick look at the lightweight division. The fight that I want to see McGregor in is fucking...
Is it Holloway?
Holloway and
sure,
McGregor.
That makes sense too, but it's not going to sell a crazy amount.
No, not. It would probably do 1-1, 1-2, which will do well. Yeah. But yeah, I would assume the McGregor Diaz 3 would probably do 1-5.
Imagine December if they had fucking McGregor and Jones on the same card. Jesus.
Okay, well,
hey, that would have been crazy.
Well, what's going on with Jones?
Nothing yet. We're probably going to know next week what his B sample is, which means he's still going to be positive.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. If Ferguson is the only fight that I really see that makes any sense for McGregor.
Sure.
I don't like the fight, but
Kevin Lee.
it makes as much sense for the most part. But like Khabib missing weight, fuck
Wait,
him.
Isn't
Fuck
Kevin
him
Lee
up,
fighting him?
yeah.
Isn't Kevin Lee fighting Ferguson or something?
Well, Ferguson called him out in the middle of a fucking broadcast.
I'm pretty sure that fight is actually happening.
Yes, it is. Upcoming fight on October 7th.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, so the dude put him against the winner of that fucking fight.
That'd probably make sense because it would give him a fight.
Yeah, and they have the interim belt. They have the interim belt on it, so yeah, that makes total sense.
It is.
Yes.
They don't.
Doesn't Tony already have it?
No, he lost. He didn't fight Khabib because Khabib didn't make weight.
Yeah. Okay, so they're making this for the interim. So this is for the interim.
Khabib is still listed as one, and from him missing weight, fuck Khabib. Sorry, but fuck Khabib for missing weight like that at that high of a level or whatever. Like fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that Tony Ferguson Kevin Lee fight is gonna be all right. All right. Hey, Freddie Roach is going to be cornering GSP in the fight versus Bisping.
Yeah. Now, is there an asterisk to that? Is that Freddie Roach is going to be with?
No, he's cornering. He's
TriStar, or is this Freddie Roach's corner like with his guys?
Well, no. Freddie Roach is going to be in GSP's corner.
It's it's not
going to be Freddie Roach's team. Freddie Roach is just.
It's just going to be Freddie Roach. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Along with
because Freddie Roach goes to TriStar. He's been there before.
Yeah, well, yes, because I know he works with all the TriStar guys, but it's I wouldn't. They pay him to come in and teach boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Hey, so Jermaine the Randomy is injured, I guess. An UFC newcomer. Talita de Oliveira is going to be facing Marion Renault in Rotterdam this weekend, September 2nd. So that was a quick last-second change. So that's going to be an interesting fight for both of those ladies. Fucking Jermaine Durandamy. Get out of here.
She's the one who refused to fight Cyborg, right?
Yes, who won the championship. The featherweight?
Holmes.
Is it featherweight?
45 would be featherweight, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Joe Lozon and Clay Guida are going to fight at UFC Fight Night 120. That's in Norfolk, Virginia, November 11th.
Or is that just the...
I don't think they have a main event booked yet.
Okay. Because if that's the main event, I don't know about that. Like that, both of them are old is the problem. Like Lozon 5 years ago, yeah, sure, but Lozon
I still think that fight's going to be pretty good.
I don't like Guida. I've never liked Guida.
He can have some entertaining fights, though. You can't deny that. He can suck it out, that's for sure. But he can have some good fights.
Like I just remember him versus your boy Showtime Pettis.
Sure, that fight was terrible. But his fight versus Diego Sanchez, fucking amazing. That fight was fucking amazing.
I don't really fully recall it.
Oh,
I do remember seeing,
but that fight was great.
I remember seeing highlights of it, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen
that fight was so good. All right. So McGregor, talking about the Diaz trilogy fight, said that if it's happening, it's going to be at 155, which he's been saying this whole time anyways. So we kind of know that already. All right. I guess that's it for the news. It's mostly McGregor and Mayweather, which is funny enough because that John Jones news just kind of got swept under the rug. Just like everybody forgot about it. I haven't, John Jones. He made me really sad. Super sad, bro.
Like I sure hell hope the B sample comes back negative because my God.
But I doubt it. I fucking doubt it.
I have no fucking dude.
Well, so the thing he tested a positive for. So apparently you can take it and the shelf or what's it called the life in your body of how long you take a drug. Fuck, what's that called? Something life. Anyways, it doesn't last in your body very long. So you can pop that thing during a fucking fight, and then after the fight, you won't even test positive for it. So it jacks you up super fast, and then it's just out of your system.
That's not what I heard. Because what I heard is that it actually, you need to take it over time for it to then actually take effect. So I don't know about the whole pissing thing, but for it to actually be working, you need to be taking it for like 2 weeks before.
Possibly, but it doesn't stay in your system for very long.
Yeah, that I'm not sure on, but like from what I understand is that you actually have to then take
like apparently
there's an oral or there's a shot.
The people that use this the most is weightlifters, and they pop it right before the event, and then they never get caught. And usually the people that do get caught is a bad batch that usually has something else in it, and it's just like, oh shit, it had this other thing in it, and you caught me. Oh well. So I don't know. We'll see.
Well, if you want to do the Dana White stuff, I gotta go again for a minute or two.
Sure. We're almost done anyways. Did you watch Tough?
I didn't even know Tough was on.
Well, son of a bitch.
It was on yesterday. Yeah, fuck. I'm sure I'm sure it recorded it. I just forgot that it started this week.
Well, there you go. So I guess I could talk about that too then.
Okay.
So Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders Series Week 8. This was the last week. It's done. The show's done. Thank God. It was a good time, but I'm done with Uriah Faber and Snoop Dogg. Yes, I could watch the regular cast, but whatever. That's not as fun. Anyways, this was probably the best one, to be honest. All the fights were really good, even the decisions. So the first fight was a heavyweight fight. Alan Crowder fucking destroyed Dontel Myers via TKO elbows in the third round. The first fight was fucking amazing. Dontel looked bad on the feet. Anytime it was on the feet, Crowder pretty much had the advantage. Crowder got a super awesome looking slam in the first round. And then in the second round, he tried to German suplex the dude, but he actually couldn't lift him. He was kind of like too fat, I guess. But man, for two heavyweights to be lifting each other like that, was pretty impressive. Myers was dead tired by the time the second round was over. And then when the third, he even tried to get a Kimura at the very end of the second round, which did not successfully take place. And then the TKO elbows was actually on the ground, and he was just super dead tired. He just kind of took over. So that third round was not that great because Dontel was pretty tired. So it was an all right fight, but yeah. Alan Crowder looked really good in his victory, and he got the contract in this fight. The second one of the night was Lauren Mueller versus Kellen Velasco. This went to decision, but holy fuck, this fight was really good. Lauren landed a fucking head kick right off the bat. And then maybe a minute after that, she landed a huge left hand that hurt Kelly as well. A lot of knees from the clinch from Lauren, and it was a very bad round for Kelly. The first round was not very good. The second round actually did start better for Kelly, though. But she gave up her back, and she was on the ground pretty often in the second round. And I would say that Lauren probably won the second one just based on what was happening on the ground. But the pace of Lauren was definitely slowing down in the second. And then in the third round, it's pretty much all Kelly. It was all stand up, and she was getting lit up in the third round, Lauren did. But I think she did enough to win the first two rounds, and Lauren won. And she also got a contract, which is not bad. They need more women in the UFC. And Lauren, she's pretty cute as well. As a good fighter, she looked really good in this fight, so there you go, give her a contract, why not? The third fight of the night was a flyweight fight between Adam Antolin and Casey Kenny. I think Kenny was in Tough, and Adam Antolin was in like an episode of Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders a few weeks ago. He looked really good in his two victories on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders. I think he got a rear naked choke on his last one. This fight was probably the least entertaining of the night, to be honest, but they looked really good. It's just the fight over the card overall was really good. Bevan Lewis went over Elias Urbina in the second round by this middleweight fight. Yes, Urbina is the brother of the other guy, Elias Urbina, Hector Urbina in the UFC. Yes, he is his younger brother. Bevan looked fucking amazing in this fight, though. He ended this fight with the TKO punches. And Bevan didn't get a contract, but he did get offered a developmental contract. So I guess he's going to go in LFA, if I had to assume. Just like go fight some Legacy Fighting Alliance fights, I suppose, because they do have that relationship with him. Then the main event was Matt Frivola got a technical submission arm triangle choke in the second round over Luke Flores, 3 minutes and 32 seconds. The arm triangle choke was awesome, and Luke didn't tap out. So he passed out, and the rest stepped in and stopped it for Matt. That was awesome. Good way to go. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set some podcast history here. Me, right here, me. I have done over how many podcasts now? It's been a few. We're at 63 with Sprawl and Brawl. Fresh Air is Overrated is at 243. We did an Insidious. Fresh Air is Overrated was a show before this show, so there's even more Fresh Air is Overrated. Anyways, so I'm going to set history right now. I have to go pee real bad, and I've been holding it this whole time, but I have to go. So I'm going to go, and I'll be right back. Actually, I got to change something really quick. Okay. And I guess I could do this as well. Okay, so I'm going to go pee because it's so brutal how much I actually do have to go pee. And I will see you right after this break that we take. Oh man, sorry about that. That was a long piece. So there you go. Setting podcast history here on megascorcher.com. No hosts, just music during the actual show. In the middle of the show, I had to go for a pee real bad, and Steiner wasn't here, so I had to go do it and leave everybody alone here. That sucked. Anyways. So The Ultimate Fighter, episode 1, started yesterday. I don't have much to say about it, to be honest. It was pretty standard. Here's the thing. I get why they did put Justin Gaethje and Alvarez on there as coaches. But at the same time, they're so boring. They're two boring dudes that are just going to be boring the whole fucking season. Like, Justin Gaethje is awesome in the fucking cage. So is Alvarez. They're destroyers in the cage. But as far as their shit talk comes down to it, they don't really know how to do it, and they don't. Oh yeah, no, they're just not. They're not very good at it. So I feel like they could have went with Kevin Lee and maybe Tony Ferguson, or Kevin Lee and somebody else. But that Tony Ferguson and Kevin Lee fight is happening at UFC 216, which is before the end of that season ending. So yeah, I'm not against them fighting right now, and it makes sense because. Gaethje got fucked up in that last fight against Johnson, and he's not going to be able to be cleared medically to fight. So that makes sense, I suppose, to have them two on the season of Tough. It gets them out there. But at the same time, they're so boring. This season's not going to be very memorable. The ladies, I don't think there's anybody on the season that really like Roxanne. She's cool. She's nerdy. I like her attitude. But she's not very exciting either. Like on the mic, like, is sure she can put a DBZ shirt on and some super, not even Super Saiyan, it was just regular Saiyan hair. Yeah, sure, she can do all that stuff and be pretty alright and cool. But she won the fight, which is cool. I want her to go further in the contest because I do think she's one of the better girls on the season. She was ranked or seeded number 1, which they have been doing lately on these. I think it was the last season that did it first, because you just pick the fighter, you don't pick the fights. All the fights are already determined with the seeding, which I guess kind of makes sense. If you get the seeding right, I guess that never makes sense unless you have a full season. But it's not like Tough has a season. And it's like I said, nothing really memorable on the first episode except that Roxanne won. Rachel Ostovich, she wears like a Wonder Woman outfit when she fights. She's not going to be able to do that in the UFC if she does win the title or gets a contract or whatever. But she is probably my favorite one in the contest right now. Yeah, sure, she is hot. She's a real hottie. But I do think that she's a pretty tough girl. I don't think she's the best fighter though, which is probably why I think she's not going to win. But man, if she won, I'd be into it. Hottie UFC champion, why not? Michelle Waterson still has the belt, right? I'm not imagining that she lost it. Did she lose it? No, she didn't lose it yet, right? So there you go. If Rachel Ostovich does win this tough tournament, they'll have two. Oh no, what am I thinking of? I don't know why I thought Michelle Waterson had a title. Who has the title at that weight class again? I'm totally blanking. Michelle Waterson had an Invicta title. I don't know why I thought she had a fucking UFC belt. Her win against Paige was just I was so ecstatic that I thought maybe there was a belt on the line. There was a belt. The belt of my heart was on the line. How about that? So I don't know what else to talk about. I was expecting Steiner to come back. I guess I could talk. There's an Invicta going on right now. So if you have Fight Pass and you're listening to me talk, and you like women's fighting, go to UFC Fight Pass and go watch that, because this show is winding down anyways. I'm not going to be opposed if you leave. But there you go. There's that going on right now. I'm going to go watch that as soon as the show's done. There's an LFA, Legacy Fighting Alliance 21 tomorrow, September 1st at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's on Access TV in the US and Fight Network in Canada. And then there's a UFC Fight Night, Volkov versus Struve. And that is happening in, is it Sweden? I think it's in Sweden or Finland or wherever Struve is from. And the main card starts Saturday, September 2nd at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So 3 p.m. 12 p.m. Pacific Time. And the Fight Pass stuff actually starts at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time. Ugh. So yeah, if you're Pacific and you like waking up at 9 a.m. or before that, and you like MMA, honestly, one of my favorite ways to consume MMA is to wake up and just turn on the TV and hey, fucking live fighting is on the screen, and I'll just watch that until I have to go do something else later. That's honestly my favorite way to watch that shit. If you do have any comments or anything to lay at me regarding Floyd and Connor or Dana White's Tuesday Night Contenders, what do you think about that? What do you think about Tough? Why do they have both shows still? What's going on? They should only have one show, right? So if you ever have any opinions, just call in. It's a Wild Matt on Skype. Wild Matt on Skype. So feel free to call in anytime. Seems like Steiner's going to come in here, give some parting words, I suppose. Whoops. So yeah, I've just been babbling on for a little bit here. Do you have anything to say before we wrap it up?
Keep throwing those elbows. I don't.
Sure.
I've been gone. I just lifted like 2 dead bodies down the stairs.
Nice. Well, do you have any thoughts about the UFC this weekend or anything?
I think Struve's gonna get us knocked the fuck out.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
He doesn't do very well against strikers.
I guess so. But it's Volkov. He's not super amazing.
Volkov just knocked the fuck out of Jimmo or whatever.
Big Country? Oh no, sorry.
No, sorry. Okay, no, I'm getting this guy confused with.
Yeah, no,
Another okay. He was a light heavyweight, not a heavyweight. Okay.
You know, I don't think that this fight is one-sided.
Ray Nelson. No.
And this card's pretty shitty.
Yes.
There's nothing really that great on this card. Like Leo Edwards versus Brian Barberina. That's okay. Rustam Habilov versus Desmond Green. Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be watching this card by the looks of this.
Well, it's at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. So
yeah, because it's in Netherlands.
it's at a weird time.
Rotterdam.
Mm-hmm. Stefan Struve's home country. I'm curious if he's going to keep fighting after this. He's probably done. He's probably done. Win or lose. I would probably guess that he retires.
He was doing well, and then he had that heart murmur shit, and then he lost a couple of times, and then he had heart murmur shit again.
So, hey, I made a podcast history just now. I peed on the podcast. So I think we did a good show this week. We talked about Floyd and Connor. I got to go pee during the show. Steiner's getting interrupted this whole week. It was a good time. Good time on this week's shows here. I'm just going to mute Steiner. He already said his signature line of keep throwing those elbows. So I'm just going to play this outro music and say goodbye to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're here every Thursday night. Talk about MMA. Talk about UFC. Talk about boxing. Talk about Muay Thai. Whatever is out there. What do you think MMA means? I like all kinds of mixed martial arts, period. Right? Not just all that stuff. Anyways. I'm going to sign off. See you guys next week.